Championships, there was hope that with Peter and Kitty Carruthers on the sidelines, their successors would emerge here. The United States' best hope was 20-year-old Jill Watson and 23-year-old Bert Lanson. They had only been together 18 months prior to this amazing sixth-place Olympic performance. Now, Bert had been accustomed to another partner, and their early preparation on the ice had become at times nothing short of perilous.
Oh,
It was awful.
I was this overpowering brute force of human. It was just...
He was used to about, what, 30 pounds?
30 pounds heavier than she was.
And somebody who was 5'6", I think she was. And I'm 5 foot, and it was quite a difference for him. He would throw me, and I would just...
She'd soar.
I'd
have to pull her off the rafters almost. And then I would lift her up in the air, and she'd fly out of my arms. And we barely could do lifts for 2 weeks because I would just throw her right out of my arms. And it wasn't that I was trying too hard. It was just after 5 years of skating with someone that much different physically. It was just incredible. And spinning. I would do spinning. I'd think, oh, this really feels good. And later on, she'd tell me that she didn't have her feet on the ice. I mean...
So, poised for what could be a medal-winning performance, their short program here in Ottawa began with a flourish, but then disaster. The athletes and those of us watching were stunned. But then, in a most admirable show of courage, Watson and Lanson, obviously shaken and injured from that fall, got back on their feet to complete the remainder of the short program. The crowd applauded their courage, and the pair began to pick up the pieces. But Bert and Jill were weak from the fall, and the nightmare was now complete. And though they hung on to finish, the struggle would be in vain. The American pair would finish the short program in last place.
Well, I've got to tell you, just to finish that program took some fortitude. But let's examine what exactly happened. First of all, you must remember that this ice surface is a little bit narrow. And on the lift here, he lifts her perfectly at the beginning, but watch her left leg on the landing. This is where she encounters trouble. She doesn't stretch it back and pulls Bert with her, and the fall occurs. And then on this sequence of footwork, what happens is that she gets a little too close to Bert. Watch her left foot here, and he trips her as she makes the turn.
For required elements, les notes,
there it is.
les éléments requis.
Right there. What a shame.
For Jill Watson and Bert.
Now, on Wednesday, the practice session for the long program. In the fall, Bert had injured his back, Jill her knee. He could barely lift her off the ice. And the music to which they should have been rehearsing soon reflected the mood of a pair forced to withdraw from this competition.
Well, I was in a lot of pain, and this morning before we had tried to skate, we knew that there was a possibility that we would not be able to compete in the long program because of the pain we both were experiencing off the ice. But we wanted to go ahead and try to compete, and went ahead with our training this morning, but it was quite difficult.
What about the future now, Bert? You guys really exploded on the scene, did so well at the Olympics and last year's World Championships. You haven't been together that long. You've had to adjust to each other's difference in size. And now this. What does this do to you psychologically?
Well, it's a big downer, but we just take a break and get ourselves healed and up and just, you know, take it from there.
You're looking at the skates Canadian Barbara Underhill will use here at the World Championships. And this is an important picture because these are not the skates Barbara used with her partner Paul Martini in Sarajevo. Just before the Olympics, she had switched skates and was uncomfortable with them. And they were blamed for a devastating fall in the Olympic short program. These two were favored to win a medal in Sarajevo. But because of the fall, they finished a disappointing 7th. Now, following Sarajevo, compatriot Brian Orser suggested Barbara use last year's boots and fasten her Olympic blades to them.
Brian Orser was looking at us, and there's 4 pair of skates lying around, and he goes, "What are you guys doing?" You know, we tell him the story, and he just said, "Well, like, where are your old
back to
skates?"
last year's
And
world.
Barb sort of looked at him and said, like
No
"What,
way."
last year?" And he says, "Yeah, where are they? Give them a shot." So she went home, pulled them out, and it was like someone just hit a
It was
switch.
unbelievable, the difference. I got out there on that ice, and I skated until 11:30 at night. I just skated and skated and skated. That night I couldn't sleep. I was so excited to get back on the ice the next day. It was unbelievable. And that was a week ago Wednesday.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we've just been on an incredible high ever since then, and, you know, we're really, really excited for this.
In this week's short program, it was time for retribution. The last few moments in Misha's call.
Now, here it is, coming in, the side-by-side sit-spin, their demise at the Olympic Games. And they got into it perfectly, and the crowd recognizes that. It was that entrance. Everybody here knows it.
The short program leaves them in second place, entering the finals.
We're in a great position, but we don't want to go into this thinking, you know, we're going to win, because that'll just, I mean, if we don't win, then it'll be anticlimactic. Whereas a silver medal would still be great for us. All we're really looking to do is to go out there and skate the best possible program we can do.
Is now official. Underhill and Martini have won the gold, and now the dream of 10,000 Canadians who came here hoping to hear their national anthem, they will hear just that. Barbara and Paul said they had something to prove here, to themselves, to their fans. And now they enter history and break the stranglehold enjoyed by the Soviet pair skaters since the year 1980. The standings, Base and Tierbach from East Germany finished up bronze. Again, Underhill and Martini with the gold. The Americans, Leanne Miller and Bill Fulver, finished 10th.
Well, you know, this is what a fitting ending. Two such nice kids have come back here to the World Championships, and with great technique. Let's watch this flip triple twist. Look at that height. He just throws her up into the air. They have won in front of their hometown crowd. Now watch this throw triple soccer. Look at the height. It is one of the best done in this competition.
Underhill and Martini. Paul will be married in July, by the way, not to Barbara. But this partnership on ice has been special for both of them. "10,000 Canadians are on their feet. And here's Misha with Barbara and Paul.
I have one question. Does that make up for the Olympics?
It sure does. It makes it all the better, because we came from such a low up to such a high, and we did it in front of our home country, and it was the biggest thrill of my life.
You know, this performance reminds me of the 1962 performance of Maria and Otto Jelinek when they won the World Championships in Prague, Czechoslovakia. And the whole place went wild.
I was -1.
It's a feeling, Misha, that I think, you know, it's one you'll treasure forever, to skate in front of your home crowd and win. And, I mean, we've always said, let's just go out and skate clean. And when it was over, it was like it hardly started. It went so fast.
Okay, now, did the skates make a difference?
They sure did. It was unbelievable difference.
Yeah.
I wasn't out there fighting myself. I was out there, and it was natural, and it was just flowing, and it just felt so good to be able to skate like that.
And what about the future?
It's undecided right now, Misha. We're just going to, tonight, sit down, relax, try and get our act together, think about the tour we have to go on for the next 4 weeks, and after that, we'll sit down and make some decisions.
You're not going to celebrate tonight, are you?
I think that's an understatement, my good man.
Well, listen, congratulations. It was a terrific performance, and good luck.
Thank you.
In the original set pattern dance, the rhythm of the dance and the type of expression are prescribed. The skaters get to choose their own music and to decide upon the sequence of steps and partnering positions. Torval and Dean are known for their very graphic single-theme choreography.
Now, the theme they had in mind when they put this whole thing together, he is the matador, she is his keep.